Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You do. You're knowing what you're wanting. An ever-changing thing, yes? Do you like new desire becoming? Do you? Do you like it enough that you might be willing to come forth into a physical body, into an environment of contrast, for the express purpose of the hatching of new desire? Newer, deeper, fuller, more meaningful. Well, now you put it that way, Abraham. Not so much. And yet here you are in these physical bodies. The larger part of you remaining non-physical, do you know that? In other words, there is this source energy part of you who eternally continues to expand because this personality is here sifting through variety and coming to deeper and clearer desires. Because you knew when you made the decision to participate here in this physical format that life would focus you into greater desire. And you so liked that idea because then you remembered that, then you knew. It wasn't a matter of remembering it because then you had not lost sight of it. Then you knew that as new desire hatches, all you got to do is become vibrationally familiar with the new desire, and then manifestation follows. Not eventually, quickly. Sometimes as we visit with our physical friends, and we know we love you very much, that you are really, we love you very much, deep into the details, we love you very much, of manifestation. We know that the manifestation really matters, and we want manifestation to matter to you. It must be really irritating to hear someone who is non-physically focused continue to draw a big circle in the air and tell you it's the vortex and insist that you go in. It's sort of hard to get your thoughts around that. But the reason that we talk about this vibrational version of you that is expanding constantly because of what you're living is because the vibrational version of you is the larger, forever, eternal version of you to whom you must constantly seek alignment. Because this non-physical version of you is who you really are. So we're going to briefly give you the big picture, and then we're going to get right into how you fit into it and the importance of who you are and the importance of the manifestations that you are seeking. In other words, we never want to give you the impression that you are source energy in a physical body just wanting to learn how to be source energy. Because if all you wanted to do was to remember how to be source energy, you would have just stayed source energy with us. You wouldn't have taken all the time and trouble of being born. It's really a pain, you know. And not just to your mother. In other words, coming forth into a physical body is a big deal. There's a lot of adjustment because you're born into a vibrational environment that is not pure positive energy like you remembered. That's why you cried a lot, especially at first, and slept a lot, and ignored everyone a lot. They kept saying, come on, give me your attention. And you said, I'd rather not. You're not up to speed with me. And they said, come and play with us. Come on, come and play with us. Come into our denser, darker world. And you said, I'm coming, but don't make me come too soon. Let me remain in this pure positive energy. And we want you to realize that there's no danger, there's no risk in getting out there on the bleeding edge. There's no risk in that. It's just that you are supposed to feel good. You are meant to feel good. Feeling good is who you are, and feeling good is possible under any and all conditions. And when you get that you have the ability to hold your thoughts in a position that allows you full alignment with who you really are, then what you will have is the knowledge to control the manifestations of your life. Until then, not so much. What most do even those like you who have been listening to us for a while, you look for details in manifestation to which you can have a good feeling response. And there's nothing wrong with that. We encourage it. We've been teaching it for a very long time. But if you need manifestations to perform for you in a way that evokes from you a good feeling response, now you're creating life by default. Now you're letting the circumstances, you're letting others, you're letting manifestation dictate your alignment, and you want to do it the other way around. You want your alignment to create manifestations, and it's different than you have, for the most part, been playing it. Esther is astonished at how much manifestation has been being searched by her for details to affect the way she feels. In other words, I'll just scrutinize what is for things that feel good, and then I'll feel good. And we say, good idea, good idea, good idea. However, don't depend on what is for your good feeling, because you can never go beyond what is if that's the case. You're not a regurgitator of what isness. You are a creator of new what isness. And so today, what we really want to emphasize, and we can feel you're up for it, what we really want to emphasize is the close proximity. It's so close that you could call it instant manifestation, although that freaks you out. The close proximity between the alignment that you achieve deliberately with your vortex and the manifestations that follow, or the not closeness with your vortex that you achieve and the manifestations that follow. We want to show you how whatever it is you're feeling is causing the manifestations to unfold. Now many of you say, I don't really get this. So I was source energy, and now I'm focused in this body where I can align with it, but I could not align with it. Tell me again, why would I do that? Why would I come out into a real world with manifestations that could hold me apart from who I really am? And we say, because you wanted to take the bounce, because you wanted to expand, because if you don't know what you don't want, you can't know what you do want, because the comparison and the contrast is necessary for focusing all things. And since you are an eternal being, you wanted the opportunity to expand. Do you get that? Does that make sense to you logically? So you cause this expansion. So now we'll stand back in your shoes. So, all right, so I get that. I came for the service. That isn't what we said. You didn't come for service. You came for the joy of expansion. Okay, so I came for the joy of expansion. The joy of expansion. I came for the joy of expansion. I came to want things I don't have. Tell me again why? Because there isn't anything that you can't have. And wanting a new thing is what life is. Wanting a new thing is the expansion. It's the breathing of the newness into you and into all that is. Okay. So I sacrificed myself for your expansion. That isn't what we said. You came to explore, to cause expansion, because once that rocket is there, once your vortex has it, once your inner being has become it, now there is a current that calls you, and it is that calling that is the friskiness of life. It's that calling that is the passion of life, you see. If you're not being called, you're not alive. So you keep mixing it up and being called because it feels so good to be called if you're answering the call. It feels horrible to be called if you're not. So you only ask the question, tell me again, why would I do this? Something must have gone terribly wrong. When you're not following, but why would you ever not do that? Why would you ever not let yourself go? Because reality is too compelling. And we say, stop it. Reality doesn't mean diddly squat. Reality is only the current manifestation based upon the most average or the most often or the most chronic offered vibrations. You see what we're getting at? All right. We've given you the theory. We've given you the conceptual. You sort of understand it. Many of you have had enough life experience, because words don't teach, that as we were chewing with you there, you were getting it. You were getting the feeling of it. You were remembering things about it. And now we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. It is our desire to assist you in lining up with what's in your vortex, because we have such full view of who you really are and all that you've become. And we actually can't even really fathom how you stand not being there. We don't even let ourselves go there. We don't try to speculate how you got so strong to endure the less than fantastic vibration that is really you, because we know it's all part of the mix. We just think that in this step 3 process, step 1 is ask, and life causes you to do that all day, every day. Step 2 is source becomes what you've asked for and holds the vibrational frequency of it until you are able to accomplish step 3, which is bring yourself into vibrational alignment with what you've asked for. And so in this 3-step process, you all, not all of you, but pretty much, are pretty heavy-handed on the step 1, which is the ask. And we are excellent at step 2, which is align with what you've asked for and hold the vision of it. And what this gathering is about is at least making the decision that you're going to make step 3 your most important function. Because step 1, you can't control. You can't stop observing. You can't stop becoming. You can't stop expanding. You can't stop launching the rockets. You can't stop becoming, but you can hold yourself in vibrational variance with what you've become, which is what every single negative emotion or anything that you don't want that ever happens is about. And when you get the theory of this, then you have to understand that there's never ever a reason for you to ever live in anything that you do not want for very long, because you never get it done and you can't get it wrong. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. And the reason that you can't get it wrong is because it's never done, and because the source within you is standing in the most rightness of it, calling you. And if you will just listen a little bit and feel a little bit for a whiff of the alignment with it, it is our promise to you that the manifestation will come so fast on the heels of your alignment that you will prove to yourself that you are a deliberate creator and that there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have, regardless of where it currently stands. And there will come a time, not so far from now, where you will stand even in the middle of something unwanted, and you will embrace it as the step 1 part of the 3-step process that has a happy ending every time, because you have shown yourself that you are the creator of your own experience, not the controller of circumstances, but the controller of your relationship with your vortex, the controller of your relationship with your vortex, and therefore the allower of your vortex to cause full manifestation of everything that is within it. The money you want, if you could see the dollars you have amassed, you would stop complaining about how much money you don't have today. In other words, if you knew how much potential, and we only use the word potential in terms of manifestation, but we want you to hear us when we say the manifestation is fast on the heels, fast on the heels, fast on the heels. Sometimes you don't believe that because it feels like, oh, there's already people out there. There are already situations that have been created. I cannot create in the experience of another. But we want you to understand that you can evoke, you can elicit, you can rendezvous with. In fact, not just can you, but you do, with precisely in the moment how you're feeling in the moment, with precisely how you're doing, how you're feeling in the moment, with precisely how you're doing, how you're feeling in the moment. Now, friends, freak you out or not, that's instant manifestation. You can be observing something that's not so good, and maybe it's irritating you, maybe it's frightening you, maybe it's just frustration. It could be anywhere in that range of unwanted emotions, strong or not so strong. And as you focus there, you cause a vibration within you to reverberate in response to whatever it is that you're observing. You just let often that circumstance train you into a vibrational frequency. And then everything that happens to you now, this could take a while, now, reflects what you've got going on vibrationally. Now, what you've got going on vibrationally is always reflected to you by what you feel. But what happens to you so often is you become accustomed to feelings that are indicators of vibration that's going to reflect back to you more stuff that you really don't want so much. But you're hardy, we know. You take those classes, those stiff upper lip classes. You take those